Hello, an exclusive report this hour on the secret deal that ended the 3-year occupation of the Syrian city of Raqqa by the extremist group, the so-called Islamic State. That deal allowed several hundred IS fighters to escape, along with their weapons and ammunition and their families. It saved lives and it brought peace to the city, but there may still be a price to pay. Our Middle East correspondent, Quentin Somerville, has the story.
At peace, with the so-called Islamic State gone, Raqqa is still deadly dangerous. Few of its roads have been cleared. The fighting stopped here a month ago, but there are still mines and booby traps everywhere. Most of the city is a no-go zone. Hardly anyone has been allowed to return. But we made it inside, searching for a trail through the debris, looking for clues to the Islamic State's escape route. The city hospital was their last refuge, and it's here where our journey begins. The group's final defeat came thanks not to a battle, but to a bus ride.
The convoy left from here, the city hospital. They'd been holed up inside for months. On it were IS fighters, their families and their hostages. But we're told their mood wasn't dejected, it wasn't defeated, they were defiant. It was here that they realised that they might live to fight another day. The deal to get them out of here is the deal that no one wants to talk about. It's Raqqa's dirty secret. So did Kurds, Arabs and the Western coalition get together and agree a deal that not only allowed IS to escape from Raqqa, but also allowed its fiercest fighters to roam far and wide from the confines of this city.
They left a city lonely, empty and in ruins. The hunt begins here in Raqqa, but would take us across northern Syria and beyond. The deal started with a media blackout. The Islamic State's escape was not to be televised. But thanks to amateur footage, we see that this was a convoy and a deal too large to hide. The world was told only a few dozen local fighters were being let go, no foreigners and no weapons. But the trucks were crammed full of fighters, some wearing suicide belts. All were heavily armed. After days of searching, we picked up the trail at a truck stop on the outskirts of Tabqa. Here we discovered the drivers, all civilians who drove IS to freedom. They'd been hired by the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces. It was the longest journey of their lives. Their trucks were rigged with IS bombs in case the deal collapsed. They'd been told they were picking up only a few hundred civilians, that it would be a quick job. They ended up driving day and night for 3 days.
Everybody's been saying only a couple of hundred, at the absolute maximum, IS fighters left Raqqa. You took them out. Tell us how many you transported.
We were 47 trucks and 13 buses, and IS militants took their own vehicles as well. Our convoy was 6 to 7 kilometers long. We took out around 4,000 people, including women and children.
Tell me about the foreigners that were on the trucks. Where were they from?
France, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Pakistan, Yemen, Saudi, China, Tunisia, Egypt. There was a huge number of foreigners.
This couldn't look like the Islamic State's escape to victory. So the SDF insisted there would be no flags and no banners. Instead, IS fighters sat boldly on top of the trucks. The axle on one lorry broke. It was so overloaded with IS weaponry.
Some of those who escaped have already made it here to Turkey. Raqqa was their capital, but it was also a cage. There they were trapped. The deal may have brought peace to the city, but it also allowed some of the most battle-hardened IS fighters to escape not just Raqqa, but also Syria, and arrive here on Europe's doorstep. The winds have carried news of the Islamic State's defeat, but they bring with them a warning and a threat. the caliphate is gone, but the Islamic State is still out there. Quentin Somerville, BBC News, Istanbul.